We're coming to you live here, Leesburg, Virginia, loud carrier, guys. Today, ladies and gentlemen, get you guys for that. Well, the G-Men, they lost yet again. And on top of all that, Jaxson Dart is on the concussion protocol, which she is, by the way. And the G-Men, they were close to getting that win against the Bears. I thought they would win that. And I'll tell you what the Giants got to do, by the way. I'm also getting you guys the fact that Fins beat Bills Mafia 38-13, which they did, by the way. And also the fact that, let's see here. You also have the Pats beat the Bucs 20-23, and Sens getting a win today, which they did as well. Colts beat the Falcons 31-25 as well, by the way, in Berlin. And much other news to come, by the way, guys. I'll get you guys to that. And they lost yet again to the Bears by 4 points, 24-40. And Jaxson Dart is on the concussion protocol, which he is. And needs to say, the G-Men, they had the Bears beat. I swore they had him beat. I thought the G-Men were going to be in a bad. That didn't happen. That did not happen. But the Bears somehow, some way, they somewhat shut back with yet another win. I mean, come on, you kidding me right now? You kidding me? So G-Men right now are 2-8, and Jaxson Dart, he's on the concussion protocol. And needs to say, Brian Daboll meant to hang it up. He may begin the pink slip as we know it does, and he may no longer be the Giants fans, which is really not. But the Giants, they got to get help. They need help. That's all they need. So the Giants, you had them beat. But, I mean, if you guys won that game, you guys wouldn't be 2-7. You guys would be 3-7. But honestly, you guys would be like, was it 2-6 or 3-6? Now you guys are 2-7 now. 2-7. This is not, or 2-8. 2-8. 2-8. Giants, this season's over. It's all over for them. I mean, it's all lost. I mean, they got to rely on James Winston now. Or I'm not sure Russell Wilson. I'm not sure about that. But Giants, they got to get help. They really need help. They do. I mean, Russell Wilson's getting benched. Jaxson Dart now's on the concussion protocol. And James Winston maybe the quarterback. And, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But the Giants, this is another loss for them. And Brian Daboll, he's gonna be donezo as we know. That's it. He's donezo. That's it. He may not be able to be the coaching. That's all I gotta say about that, guys. And then there's also, by the way, guys, Fins beat Bills Mafia 38-30, which is it, by the way. You also had the Saints beginning the win against the Panthers 17-7. You had the Ravens beating the Vikings 27-19. You had the Pats beating the Bucs 20-23. Teams that Tom Brady was in, by the way, even though he's not worth anything anymore. Also, the Ravens beating the Vikings 27-19. Jets beating the Browns 27-20. That's all there is you gotta know for that, everybody, as well. So that's all you gotta know for that. Also, let's see here. Last NBA news, by the way, that you had the Hawks beat the Lakers 122-102. Suns beat the Clips 114-103. The Nuggets, they defeated the Pacers 117-100. The Cavs beat the Bulls 128-122. The Mavs beat the Wiz 111-105. The Sixers beat the Raps 130-120. The Heat beat the Blazers 136-131. Spurs beat the Pels 126-113. That's all you get for that. Also, last night's games, by the way, in today's games, you had Devils beat the Pens 2-1. Sens beat the Flyers 32. Islanders beat the Rangers 5-0. The Blackhawks, they beat the Red Wings 5-1. And this is from today's game. Stars beat the Preds 5-4. The Bulls beat the Caps 3-2. The Kraken defeat the Blues 4-3. Sharks defeat the Panthers 3-1. As defeat the Oilers, by the way. 9-1, by the way, or 4-1. Canes defeat the Sabres 6-3. Bruins defeat the Maple Leafs 5-3. Mammoth, they lose to the Canadiens for 6-2. The Blue Jackets, they lose to the Canucks 4-3. The Ducks defeat the Golden Knights 4-3. That's all news you get up for that, guys, as well, buddy. Also, let's see here. And then there's also some college basketball news, by the way, that Duke, they beat I'm sorry. Duke got a win yesterday, which they did, by the way, as well. 95-54. MSU, they defeated Arkansas 69-66. Minnesota Gophers, they defeated the Alcorn 95-50. Wichita State, they defeated PV 105-62. Richmond Spires, they defeated ECU 872. The Zags defeated Oklahoma 83-68. Virginia Tech, they defeated Providence 107-101 in OT. That's all I can say about that, guys. Also, I want to say congrats to Elena Rabakina. She wins the WTA Finals in Riyadh, and she also won the $5,235,000. Congrats to her on that, by the way. What a bonus for her. Also, another also, by the way, got Emmanuel Clace and Luis Ortiz, they were charged for fraud, conspiracy, bribery stemming from a scheme to rig pitches, leading to gamblers winning hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the way, Clace and Ortiz could face up to 20 years for honest service for 20 years in jail for wire fraud conspiracy, 20 years honest services wire fraud conspiracy, 20 years for money laundering conspiracy, and 5 years for conspiracy to influence sporting events by bribery. That's gonna be 65. They're looking at 65 years in jail. 65 years in jail. Not good. Not good at all. Now Ortiz is gonna be in court tomorrow. By the way, Clace, he isn't in custody, which he's not. So Clace would throw the balls instead of strikes and sliders rather than curveballs. By the way, first pitch at the or at bats, the bettors stage on the specific amount threshold. Clace provided money to bettors to bet on his behalf, texted with bettors during games, and also joined in the scheme by Ortiz. Now, May 19, 2023, Mets versus the Guards game, Clace relayed info that he would throw a fast pitch. By the way, bettors won $27K on that pitch. Bettors added leg to parlay for low ball, then 94.95 miles per hour, and win $38K. When Clace yelled at slider at 5 feet in front of the home plate. Clace got $5K to legend of fraud. Two bettors wagered on $13K total on the pitch. Ortiz got $1,400. Clace orchestrated the whole thing on purpose of money and Patty's services. When the payment, bank. Also, it says right here that bank security saw Clace withdraw 50K, gave 15K to one bettor who was in Cleveland to bet on that pitch. Bettors placed 15K on the pitch outside strikeout zone. Really not good at all. Emmanuel Clace and Luis Ortiz, they're looking at 65 years in jail. This all comes after 34 arrests were made in the NBA probe that had Scary Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones arrested. They're looking at 20 plus years, and they're looking at 20 years in jail, by the way, for far as I know on that note, and also amongst 34 arrests. Not good at all. If they're looking at 65, if Emmanuel Clace and Luis Ortiz are convicted, they're looking at 65 years in jail. That's all I got to say about that, guys. This is not good at all. That's all that there's you need to know on that, everybody, and that's not good at all. Really not good. I'll say that, guys. Also, UVA 16-9. By the way, UConn defeat Duke 37-34. The Kentucky Wildcats, they defeated the Gators 30-7. Bama they battered LSU 20-9. You also saw OSU defeat Purdue. Ohio State defeat Purdue 34-10. UNC Tar Heels, they defeated Stanford 20-15. By the way, and let's see here. UConn defeat UConn. They beat 37-34. Wow, 37-34. By the way, SMU defeat BC 45-13. And that's all the news you got to know for guys as well, buddy. And that's all to say about that. I told you guys to just beat the Browns 20-20, which you did, by the way. So all news got to know for that, guys, as well, buddy. That's all to say about that, guys, as well. Also, another news elsewhere, by the way, guys. I want to say, by the way, shout out to Eric Dane, The Latchies, Emily Tyra, Scarface, Peppa, Salt Peppa, Bob Gibson, French Montana, MNEK, Y2J, Chris Jericho. You also got Dilla Goodrem, Cisco, Corey Hardrick, Alyssa Court, Leo Tipton, Michaela True, Shelby Wolfer. Send my brother wish your tweet. So be sure to stand up. Everyone's all news you got to know. Guess all this about that. That's all news you got to know for that as well, buddy. I'll say that about that, guys, as well. All right, let's go directly for the Khalil Sports. We'll like subscribe to Khalil Sports YouTube channel, Facebook, on Instagram. What thoughts your response, your tweet, direct your thoughts on the G-Men losing against the Bears by 4 points, 24-20. Let me know about that, guys. As well, by the way, thoughts on Saints getting a win against the Panthers 2017-7. What thoughts on Colts beating the Falcons 31-25 in Berlin? By the way, thoughts about that. Also, guys, send your brother wishes to Eric Dane, The Latchies, Emily Tyra, Watch Chris Jericho, MNEK, French Montana, Bob Gibson, Peppa, Scarface, Watch Chris Jericho, Della Goodrum, Cisco, Corey Hardrick, Alyssa Court, Leo Tipton, Michaela True, Shelby Wolfer. Somebody brother wishes to be sure to stand. So you got nobody. I'll back for breaking news and temps live updates and soon to hold on more than the Khalil Sports. Whether it's related and things you got no told this. I guess take care, everybody. You guys have a good evening. Enjoy this week. Be safe, everybody. Bye bye.